Good morning from New York. And today, the message of the mystics is love. How my damaged faith in love began a path within that I call inner mind communication. Hope this resonates with some of you. Everybody has hurt in their lives, Seeing this helps us to love everyone, to see past the flaws to the fabulous. There are four great mystics I like to think about: Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and Muhammad, may peace be upon him. Each had a core message I found important. From Krishna, I understood the inner artist. From Jesus, the inner caregiver. From Buddha, the inner counselor. And from Muhammad, may peace be upon him, the inner child of faith. The start of my journey was as a heartbroken, lonely boy, full of heartache, with a deep need for a more affectionate dad, on top of an even deeper need for a mother. This isn't different than many other boys and girls, just with different configurations and experiences. I hope you can relate. So I created a family in my head, with a big brother coming to get me and take me to them. In my dreams, I could never let him catch me, because then I would feel crushed and overwhelmed by my situation. I began by wondering about escape, a path to adventure, maybe in a balloon ride. I turned to my father's religion, and God blessing every single person I could think of before going to sleep. Then I turned to meditation. Then I turned to a search for power and experimented with ESP. And this had strange results, and a sense of some power. But it was a dark path. It showed me that power would corrupt. I ran hitchhiking to California, to LA, loving the palm trees, and joined other religions than my father's. There was Buddhism, then Vaishnava Hinduism, the path of Bhakti Yoga, then to Sufi Islam, to primal therapy, and finally back to Christianity of the Pentecostal variety. Yeah. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Let's move on. Then the lessons of all that I had learned began to come together in a search for inner healing, where I met Ruth Carter Stapleton, the sister of Jimmy Carter, a wonderful lady who said she had the gift of inner healing. The odd paranormal things are seemingly occurred in attempts to hear Jesus and express that to others, but the lessons of my journey were coming together. The words especially of Jesus and of Buddha, Krishna, and Muhammad would come to me, and from them and the power of love, I discovered the inner artist, counselor, caregiver, and inner child of trust, and the ego-transcendent infant mind. The path of the mystic is a path to a love that transcends laws and punishments and the oppressive rule of greed and power. That's why I say progressive politics. A mystic has the power of myth, which is love, and awareness in all its forms. But he or she transcends the myths and rises above the drama of life. When the drama of life is just too much, I look up as a child to a loving parent, and I see Krishna dancing. And I sing many songs. Well, one that I find that mirrors the change in me for the better is Amazing Grace. From the despair of crushed faith to a grace that heals and a joy that lifts us to dance, this song, Amazing Grace, gives me wings over my troubled waters in life. It goes like this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace that fear relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. I have seen in this song a great many things. And in the end of the song, when we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. That's talking about heaven, and you don't have to wait for heaven. Heaven is where the artist, Krishna dancing above your drama, exists in a moment that is eternal, that knows no time. Until next time, when I will speak more in detail about the teachings of a man called Yeshua, I wish you love, peace, and the joyous transcendence that is you, loving your everyday life. Keep looking up. Don't be trapped in religion. Have religion, but don't let it have you. The path of the mystic is beyond beliefs and simple fairy tales. You can't put it into words, but it lifts your whole life. Again, until next time, keep looking up.